Oh, and we're live.
Oh, cool. Hello, everyone. Is my chaos symbol straight? Alrighty. How you feeling?
Still tired. Still a little blah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see if I can get that. There we go. Nope. Okay, it's good enough.
Now we got that new phrase, September to remember. New prizes this round.
Yes, and we're gonna do the thing, right? The thing with the hype train.
Yep.
Since
I've already got the
seem to
chart
do
set
a
up in case we make it to hype train 3, 4, or 5 for a third, fourth, or fifth prize round. Because you already do 2. Yeah. You guys, September to remember is the new prize phrase. The prizes this month are going to be for stream prizes: Cordovan maple inlaid drum, the bird cage, black dragon skin rug, the ornate puppet cash chest, and a 5-piece one-man band.
And it is a September to remember.
Yes, a September to remember.
All right, I'm gonna go update that. Hey, Bodacious88, thank you for starting us off great. And Stymie LLTS, long live the syndicate. Thank you. And Snugsy1, of course. Thank you. Hold on, I gotta go update that script before I forget. Let's see. Let's see, last time would have been about at the start of the month. Hey, thank you, Shaner Niner. I think they're trying to get the hype train going for the start of the stream. I'm not sure that's wise, guys. Gotta get like group effort going on there. Otherwise you gotta carry the hype train yourself. You may not let it do a hype train for some amount of time. Why can I not find?
Want me to go ahead and answer a question while we're getting set up?
Sure, go for it.
Cool. Oh, hey, Sanya, how's it going? Didn't see you pop in.
Thanks.
So we got Arterius Magnus that asks, what happened to that tech that lets you see all of your belongings regardless of where they are and send them individually to your bank? So us as the developers of GMs, we have the ability to do a complete all search on your account. You guys are limited to what's called the decoration palette. So if you go into your Windows selector, and you'll see it's available there. And what that does is it lets you, let's say if you roamed onto your player on town, you'll see everything that's put out as deco in your player on town, but it won't show the contents of a container. And also if you go into a property, it'll switch to what's on the property, but it won't show the contents of containers. So, and of course it doesn't show what's in the bank. So that'll be something, what you're describing, maybe like an advanced future feature or something.
Yeah, and that's something, why can I not find this thing? That's something we've talked about exposing to them since we already had it, and it wouldn't be that tough for us to expose to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing it on the wrong thing. Hold on. Let's see, around the start of the month.
Nope. Yeah, that'd be kind of handy because, I mean, our game, I think, compared to most games I've played, we have enormous like inventory sizes and tons of places we could be keeping stuff, and it can get confusing after a while where we left something.
Let's see, it would have been August. That would have been on the 7th, I guess.
You may need to do a sound check. Somebody says I'm coming in low, and I don't know about.
Oh yeah, I gotta get you guys. I hadn't even looked at that.
Here's a sound check for me, Keith Quinn, a.k.a. Sanyo.
There we go. All right, you guys are good now.
Test, 1, 2, 3.
Siblings.
Sanyo is good. That's right, I am. Wink.
Sanyo is amazing. We're late, but I'm trying to do this script thing, or else you guys will not get prizes. So you guys are free to do stuff there. Yeah, I think they're trying to get the hype train going here early. For those that didn't hear, since we've been getting the hype train every time, last streams, we actually had someone suggest that we do for the hype train that we give away. We do the prizing extra time. So that's what we're going to do today. If a hype train, again, don't feel obliged to get a hype train going. But if a hype train does happen to happen, then we'll do an extra round of prizing for, what do we say? We're going to do one at 3, 4, and 5?
Yeah, 'cause I guess I figured we already did the first two anyway.
Yeah.
This is like a test, and if it works, we'll just keep doing the same thing
Yeah.
in future live streams.
But see, we mentioned that, and I think people are trying to get it to happen early, and I don't know what the rules are for when it'll let you do the hype train. It may not let it happen for some amount of time. And then that may be a bad strategy, because then if you do it later in the stream when there's more people in there, you got more people to go around for the hype train to spread. You know, I'll let these guys discuss it. They should have had a meeting about this. I'm not sure why they aren't more organized about it. Could have talked it over.
Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. I said I was coming in a little low still.
Okay, I think you should be better now.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I got that updated. Where's the other thing? Oh, there's the other thing. Okay, hold on. I'm getting close there, and then we can start. I know we're a little bit late.
Oh, we're already into level 2.
Oh, there is a hype train going. All right, I guess there's no rules on things. Just hype train whenever. And I'll thank people here in a minute. Or you guys can thank people here while I'm working on this. I'm trying to get this script updated.
So Len Dragonfire asks, when can we have clear, accessible information regarding management and updating POTs? So it is kind of spread out, Len, I'll admit, whether you're looking in the vouchers, etc. So I'm going to do a forum post, like a sticky somewhere, that I can reference, and I'll even link it out in the voucher explanations, etc. So people can find a more robust one-stop shop. And I'm not talking about like what's in the player's guide. I'm talking about like service type stuff, you know, like a better explanation of the vouchers, one summarized thing for everything, and that should help, I think.
I will work with you on that, because I think there's some stuff that'll go in there, like why can't I put my pod right next to Central Brittany? Kind of
There you go.
Yeah, I'll talk about the buffer zone, things like that.
Cool.
Okay, I think I got this updated. Let me get this checked in. Let me double check. Haven't got any errors. That looks good. And then we can actually get started with the stream. Updating the prizing. And don't worry that I'm checking this in now. This is a script that gets run when I actually click the button to pull prizes. So if you did a September to remember before now, it'll still count on this.
Nice.
Okay, that is now checked in. Let me merge that over.
Another question, do the deed upgrades discount include POT upgrades? Well, the POT upgrades they've already been discounted, and they've been discounted for a long time. I'm not exactly sure what percentage is, but it's pretty significant. They've just basically have been on sale since I've been working with the company, which is the last 8 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, before that even.
Yeah, and I've made it a big secret that I thought some of our stuff was overpriced and trying to bring it down to make the game more universally accessible to people. So that's part of why.
I see a question. How is List going with maps? List needs to coordinate with Dr. Bob.
Yes.
Some more.
And I need to text Dr. Bob again and see what's up with that. We're missing one thing.
What was Bobby's designer?
Undone?
Name? Development.
Undone.
Undone. Okay.
All right, level 3 on the hype train. So if they get just a little more, they'll get level 4, and we'll do 4. And it's good that actually it happened.
They're working for 3 right now, actually.
Oh, is it just on 3? Okay, I was going to say that it's good that they're doing it at the start of the stream, because then that way we can just like do it every 20 minutes instead of at 15:45. We can plan, we can schedule it. Okay, we're ready there. Did anybody test to see if I'm getting the questions? Question test.
There's a question.
Yes.
Can we get a training dummy that doesn't require a login to work? What does that mean?
That's a age-old question of, you know, if the owner of the lot is not on the lot,
Yeah.
part of the dummy won't work. Yeah, and of course you do have the one in actual NPC towns, those work regardless. But that particular one, that's just a
training W's are actually
Yep.
NPCs, right? But there's
Yeah,
something weird about them because they can't move and stuff like that. They're definitely a little special when I put them in the world. It's not that different for me. A normal spawning NPC, but I know with players, it's the player version is a lot different.
Yeah, and this is one of those weird things we had for a while where it was like using different tech. If you recall a long time ago, like nothing would show up unless the owner of the lot was there. No lot pets or anything like that. And so it's kind of lot, but it needs to be moved over. We've got some new tech to allow that type of stuff. And I just need to take a look or assign that to Joaquin to go look at it, or One and Only to go look at it. But One and Only is working on the mount stuff, so who wants to pull him off that? And we're going to have a lot of people to thank here in a few minutes, but I'm going to let the pile grow there as they do that stuff. You guys got any questions pulled up there? I'm going to start up the actual question list. Hold on.
We did just make the next level 4 hype train, so that's one extra prize round today. Nice.
The questions
Thanks,
that are good
guys.
for me will relate to quests and level design, maybe a little world design. I'm not a full world builder like Travis with Rostov, but I do make scenes like Little British
You are
Castle,
too.
which I didn't get in last release, but it's ready to go for next release, where it'll be ready to go, including the quest, which will have either the virtuous or non-virtuous choices.
Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. This is probably one that you could do when you have time and all your copious free time that you have, Elgarion.
Sweet.
Gushinex asked, that's a name I don't think I've said before, when can we start framing the hand-drawn maps so we can hang them on the walls? I can show you how to do that sometime, because we already got the art, we already got everything in there. That'd be cool.
Yeah, maybe I can figure it out, because I don't know if you guys saw the update. The banana plant, the elderberry bush, those were done during my training with Damon, where he showed me how to capture in-game assets and turn them into player deco. And I'd already known how to add them to the store. Next, we'll be learning how to put them into the crafting system. But the that golden oracle statue, that one, Damon looked over my shoulder, but I was doing that one. He showed me some new tricks, and then so maybe the paintings. Yeah, that would be. I'll write that down. That's a good one. I think we got like maybe 15 or 20 of those maps that would be great for wall hangings.
See, now, when we talked about this earlier, we may give them a buy today, because when we talked about this earlier, I guess I was thinking if they got to level 3, they got an extra one. If they got to level 4, they got an extra one. Because you can't complete level 5, is what we discovered.
Oh, huh. Yeah, so we're already on level 3. They've earned that. We're working towards level 4. Yeah.
They're on level 4. See, they're on level 4. They're working towards 5. But we discovered last time when you get to 5, you can't get to... There's not like a 6 you can get to. So I think it's if they get to 3. That means they completed 1 and 2 already. If they get to 3, then that's 1. If they get to 4, then that's 1. Because that's what they normally do, is they get to 4.
Okay.
5 is a stretch. I think they may have only gotten to 5 one time. So, anyways, now that we got that all settled, the important stuff, I'm going to dive into questions here. Dark and Obscure, will mounts support horse racing and jousting? Well, you can always do the racing. That's one of those things, there's still discussions on how we're going to have it there. Is there going to be a horse riding skill in tactics, or possibly in the taming tree that's, affects the stats of your horse somewhat? But the jousting would be tough.
This might be a little bit what he's asking. Maybe not. I'm going over the top with assuming what he's asking. But imagine something you can place maybe in a lot or a pot that's sort of like a finish line, and it knows if you pass through the finish line between the bars or whatever, if it knows that you're on a horse at that time, and then it flips up a flag or something. Can we prep the mounted stuff for that kind of thing? Because then you could have two side by side, and the players can race and they can see this mechanic of a flag go up or something like that.
Yeah, see, while you were thinking that, I was totally ignoring you and thinking about my own thing, which was the idea of how to do... Hey, all right. Oh, wait, was that completing that whole level? Did somebody...
It says right now, level 3 completed. So that was level 3.
Level 3 completed?
Very confusing.
Yeah, that was confusing. I think maybe Shane or Niner at the last minute tried to push him over. Maybe I missed what happened there. But anyways, I can talk to my stuff, and then I'm going to thank a bunch of people, including Shane or Niner a ton and Sean Butts and some of these other guys. But what I was thinking was, right now the plan is to not allow any attacks. But I was trying to figure out how you could have jousting and make it a skillful thing, which the challenge is, of course, getting skill into the jousting stuff. But if we had it, you have charged attacks, which lets you control exactly when you release, when the attack fires. And you could do the horses riding by each other if we had that attack. So you have spears, which are, of course, going to be the longest things that you can have out there. But you charge the attack, and as you ride towards each other and you let go, whoever gets the timing right for just inside the range, so they hit them with their spear attack. So that'd be one that actually have some skill in it if they're riding towards each other. But that'd require the attack. You see what I'm going for? Anybody understand that?
That sounds cool.
Did you guys understand that? Lances, not spears, yes. So that would be one that you could actually do, but then that would have to be one, like we've already said, you can't attack from horses. But then whoever actually did it first, managed to hit the other guy, would actually knock the other guy off the horse. Because it's the auto knockoff if you get hit thing, so you would actually know who won, right?
That would be cool.
That would be cool. So that's the only thing we don't have in that, is we haven't got we weren't planning on letting you attack. But that's one little stretch. Maybe that's like a piece of gear we could let you have, so it's the only thing that doesn't. Well, think about that. That'd be kind of a neat mechanic and give you guys a way to have skillful jousting. You guys got some questions over there? I got some over here if you need some more. Sorry, guys, for the screw up on some of the trophy stuff, and then the following screw up, which was my fault, which was we did a build to get you guys the client, but people were crafting stuff and they were still getting the wrong thing, and that was because I forgot to publish the server report, which is the server version of basically all the recipes and all that junk. We have an odd bug that has bothered us for a while that Joaquin, Wizard Smoke, and I each keep going back and saying about once a week that we really need to dig in and fix it. It's not an easy one, but basically there's this one particular part of the build that fails pretty much like clockwork every other time you run it. And it had failed, so yeah. Sorry about that. We did get that fixed. There is still one that does not craft properly that there is a fix for. I have not got a patch done for it yet. For those who didn't know, I don't even know how to describe my illness. My daughter has been running about 100 to 101 degree fever. My wife has been running about a 99 to 100 degree fever. We've all been kind of tired. So of course everybody on the team is screaming COVID, COVID, COVID. But I'm the only one who's left the house in months, so if anybody got it, it would be me. So maybe I got it and I'm the carrier and we all just got super mild versions. We don't know, but I've definitely been less energy than normal, but not much other than that. No other symptoms on anybody else in the house. So if this is it, then we got the super mild versions, then I guess we can live with that. But anyways, low energy Chris. As the team can mention, I think the chat's been quieter than it has been. Our team chat has been quieter than it has been in a year. Or maybe since the last time I went on vacation.
I think there've been a little bunch of side chats. Joaquin likes doing the side chats, so it's great. Like he had helped me yesterday with some quest ideas to work out a quest conundrum I had. And we just don't spam it in our shared chats. Do a lot of that with the Algarion as well.
here's one, and I don't have the answer for it. We've talked some more about it, and it's going to happen. I think it's just a matter of one person spending the time to do it, which Ravlox was the one working on it, which is Stymie LLTS asks, has any more work been done on making new real-life merch available to players? And that's, I think, like making shirts like whoa, this available to you guys again in some form. Probably won't be exactly the same, in case anybody wants to have their collector's version original. But he was taking ownership of that and was going to do it. I had offered my wife has like a online baby boutique stuff, so we already do some of that that type stuff. Shipping of things, I'd offered to do it, but if I did it, we'd have to make them all in advance, so that's not cool. Let's see. I think we have time to thank people there. So we're going to do at least one extra. I think we're going to do 2 extra this time since we were confused about how that thing works. I thought they did pretty good. But we'll do 2 extra today, 2 extra things on there because I was confused on how far along you guys were, and I think I might have confused you guys. And you're definitely kind and generous. But let me go ahead, and so that means we'll do 4 today. So we'll do it at 4:15, 4:30, 4:45, and 5. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay, I'm going to try doing the thing. Let's see if it works. 1 second, and then I'm going to get back doing some questions. And I put up some more questions for you guys down there if you want to try and find one each. Bam. All right, it's going. It'll be done here in a minute. And let me go thank a ton of people here while you guys are looking for a question. Vayurun, thank you very much. And says, someday Chris will sing some sweet Mariah Carey. No, I don't think I will. Oh, I do have one I was going to sing. Majoria sent me fastball in-game instrument music version. I'll try and sing that on my stream next week, on my personal stream, because that's one of the things I never do music accompaniment. Why am I not playing the song in-game? Makes total sense. But anyways, thank you, Eileen Dragon. Thank you, Vahiran. One Blood Omen. Thank you very much. Fluffy Panda. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Shaner Niner. Thank you. There's a lot of thank yous I'd have to give you if I did one for every sub you did. Thank you. Huge thank you, man. Dark and Obscuro, thank you. Sean Butts, love seeing old names in there. Thank you very much. Spry One, the real Black Axe. Dr. Himbrand, thank you very much for the follow. Bridge Troll, thank you very much. Radicus, Skeggy, The Vooch, Aobneal, thank you very much for letting me butcher your name again. And Stymie LLTS, and more Shaner Niner. Holy cow, Shaner Niner. Garson Sink 96, thank you very much. Eric Rules, Dark and Obscuro, Shadow Vice, Bodacious 88, Shaner Niner, some more, Aobneal, some more, Hollyhock, T Branch, thank you very much. Again, love seeing old names in there. Vulcan Jedi, Snugsy One, Stymie, and Bodacious, Skeggy Media, thank you guys all for starting us off there. Okay, so now we can quit talking about that stuff. Let me do the giveaways, and then I'm going to try to rapid fire through some questions. So get your questions in right now. I'll do this first one, I'll let you guys do the other ones. Cordovan Maple Inlaid Drum goes to McCorgan Caladan. Birdcage goes to Headley Lamar. It's Headley. Black Dragon Skin Rug. Ulrich Stoffenprox. Ornate Public Cash Chest goes to Chair Stacker. 5-piece one-man band goes to VX. Congratulations, guys, and Elgarion will hook you up with that stuff afterwards. Let's see. Did you guys find one to answer there? Because if not, I got lots of questions here to answer.
No, there's really not any for me. There was one mount one. Usually I pick one that I'd like to know the answer to.
Okay.
Aline Dragonfire asks, will there be any speed and stamina factor for mounts? And you might have talked about this elsewhere. But so, do you know yet how much your speed will change when you're on a mount?
So
can you just... what sort of like physical effects?
I forget who all was in the chats, but we talked about this on video chat and have talked about in chat a little bit. But that's one we still don't know the details. We were expecting the tech to take longer, actually. But one and only cranked through the tech here over the last 2 weeks and has most things worked out. So he checked that in, and we need to get some mounts in game so we can get them on QA. But that's one of those things I don't think we've fully determined yet. The thing I had suggested was there may be some skills for it. The stamina thing you were talking about, maybe it'll use your stamina, so basically it'll be a sprint. That's one of those things, by the way, in our game that I really hate, that I have thought about changing a dozen times. And I think I just never got the motivation. Maybe if you guys agree as well, I'll go try and find it tomorrow morning and get it in for a patch. But the actual sprint in our game is pathetic. The amount of bonus that you get from sprinting, even though it uses up your stamina. But I've always thought our sprint should be a bigger sprint. If you guys agree, you can chime in down there. But
do you mean the double tap forward?
Yes, the double tap forward sprint that eats up all your focus in a matter of 20 seconds or whatever, and you barely notice a speed difference. You get a little different animation, and that's about it. Uh-oh, the dog's having a dream behind me.
Has jumping while you're on a mount come up yet?
That sprint.
That would be nice for obstacle courses and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good one.
From a game support perspective, jumping is a great way to get out of a stuck spot.
Yeah. And then you look at it too, if we had jumping, let's say we had like an ability that gives you a quick little, like, call it stirrups or something, where you dash your force forward, but you accidentally bumped into something, well, then you just wasted your stirrup speed bonus and you're going to fall further behind in the race.
Oh, well, there's definitely going to be itemization involved with it as well. Stirrups will probably be a boot type you can wear that'll give a small boost of speed or increase your sprint speed on the horse. But yeah, that's
to make riding boots. That'd be cool.
As we see people asking these questions, that's probably next week. We need to have a meeting so we can try and nail down some of this stuff. Since it has come along much quicker than we expected, and obviously we have a lot of questions to ask or answer. So.
I'm on my horse and I go to Blood Bay and I jump while I'm on top of one of those air vents. Does it shoot me up further or less?
Yeah. Well, the what knocks you off events is one of those things we were talking about as well. And again, obviously, I think we've come to the decision that as much as I hate putting in two versions of everything and more options for people, I do agree there's really good reasons for both the auto knocked off, like when I go into a building, I'm riding a horse, the auto knocked off when I collide with something versus the just block you and you can't go into the building. So that's probably going to end up being an option. But yeah, there's obviously we have a ton of questions. Let's get that on QA next week and talk to our one and only some more on it. Tame it for less. All caps. Let's see. When will you update and increase the number of Twitch emotes? I know you guys have more slots. We probably do. We, again, I don't think it's a big secret that we're kind of Twitch newbies, that we get on here primarily to hopefully inform and answer questions for you guys, and we're less on here about generating bits and stuff like that. So we have not looked into a lot of that fancy stuff that we probably should look into, just because it helps you guys with your enjoyment of the game. More people in our streams, which is never bad. Haytar, is there any work being done on the issue with the Linux client and Lua add-ons? I honestly have been a little bit avoiding eye contact with that. It's a little tougher problem to solve, and it's one I've got to get my Linux box back up to date. I'm probably the guy who's going to have to deal with it, but not totally. We're going to work on it at some point. It's just lower priority. I'm sorry, we do try to keep our Linux, for those who don't know out there, we do try to keep our Linux client 100% functional, and that's maybe one of the only things that's not working right now. We do try to take care of when there's massive blockers, but that one is definitely taking a little lower priority and probably needs to be looked at. I've got a ton of stuff on my list of Lua things to add and to do, so maybe I can take another serious look at it when I get around to that side of things.
We got a question here from Zahiran. When mobs interrupt your resource gathering, how about allowing the player to continue gathering from the point where you got interrupted onwards instead of having to restart from 0? What happens is, let's say if you were up in Meticulous 2 or 3, so you're on Meticulous 2 and you're working towards 3 and you get interrupted, well, then after you kill the mob, you go back to it, you just farm a Meticulous 2 node. But if you never even got to finish the first draw, you do start from 0, so I don't know, what do you think just about that? It's because you start over, you may get a critical the next time, and it could farm really fast.
Yeah. This is one of those where people in chat are going to yell at me, play my own game, whatever, but I honestly, when I do play, I don't do too much in the way of farming resources, so I have less of an opinion than the players do on that, but I'm open to listening to them on it. I do think there's a lot of situations where we try to set up, and we've gone back and made a bunch of passes on mines and other things, where we try to set it up to make sure there's always some danger if it's an area with good ore nodes. And maybe that's part of the danger part of it is, make sure your area is clean before you start gathering your resources. Interruption sucks, says Scooby-Doo.
I think they're supposed to suck.
Yeah, I think that's kind of it.
Yeah. Currently, it's part of the balance challenge of gathering.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll listen. I mean, I'm always open to listening to people on those things, but that is one of those things of, you're supposed to not sit there and ignore creatures and try to harvest resources. So I do know it's...
Yeah, normally I would clear them first, and then sometimes you're farming, when you see one coming, you're like, oh, I got to get it in time. I got to get it. Then you get interrupted.
And gathering resources breaks stealth, right?
It should, but remember we had the, somebody brought up, well, shouldn't it also break fishing since it's gathering the resources?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just thinking if it didn't, that should be one of those things is,
Yeah, I think
stealth
so. That's my
before you
point.
go.
Should break stealth if they're, for fishing.
And we've got kind of two types of stealth. One is where movement breaks it and one is not. Maybe that's one of those things we can make it so the one that does not, that you have to stand still to use is not broken by collecting. I'll look into it. It's in my brain at least. So next time it comes up, I can at least start from where we discussed last time and think through it some more. Let's see. Shadow Vice, kind pestering about alphabetizing the recipe books. This came up in chat here recently. I think Wizard Smoke is actually looking for some stuff to do, although the thing I threw at him was, what did he say he was going to be working on next?
He was going to consider some level of randomization for some parts.
That's right.
Correct.
Yeah, so he's actually going to work on some... Basically, we've got a couple of different loot bundle systems in the game, and he was going to do some work to get some of the cooler features from one into the other one, so that we could use like kind of loot bundles in the crafted version of things. The loot bundle stuff means we can do a lot more of the randomization. We have a lot more control over what stuff you get out of things. So basically you can have it so, crafting stuff gives, more randomization options, versus everything's very much a one-to-one type thing. I'd actually told him he should be working on the prefabbing of objects for deco stuff, so you can take, people set up, a lot of times they'll set up like a campfire scene or whatever where they,
Players do.
Players do, not us. We can obviously do this with static type prefabs through our editor.
That's important.
Yeah, but a player may want to go and like prefab out some stuff where he wants to have like that thing, this table right here. I want to have that right there and turn that into and then pick it up or put it up for trade. And of course, for this is like a very simple example, but it's also like, hey, I can build, walls for your village lot, and then I can put them up, make them cool like this type thing. Like, this is obviously one a player did. You can tell it's not perfect and it's annoying to put up there because of that right there. As proof that it can be annoying to put up. It would be great. And then look at that. Oh man, that guy totally phoned that in. There may be a lump here though. But But yeah, being able to prefab that whole thing out, that's something that suddenly becomes attractive to you guys. If you can take like a single deco object, that now becomes a single deco object and place that down. Let's see who this is that I just told them they phoned it in. Balthus Montaigne. Sorry about that, bud.
Hold on, Mike. Sorry.
I was just grabbing my money.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Someone's grabbing Rick's money.
Oh, mine's not off. It's flashing.
Nope.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we can hear you. We
Oh,
can
my
totally
mic's
hear you.
breaking because I'm getting the flashing light saying it's off. What?
Yeah. Let it again.
Other secrets have I revealed. All right. See ya. Now she left her wallet over here.
Yeah. All right,
Strike her ass, and I grab Rick's money.
Yeah, my Blue Yeti, it flashes when the mic's off, but I guess that might not be reliable anymore.
When one of my headphones, when I flip the mute button on, it doesn't work. I think it's this one.
Okay. I probably should stop messing with it. It was one of these days it'll be permanently muted and I won't be able to fix it.
All right, I'm running the prisoning script again here. Let me get through another couple questions here, and I got a bunch more questions that came into our log. Can we get Sprint to work on the overworld too? Holy cow, I can't believe that is not on there. Yes, we can get Sprint to work on the overworld. That is, fortunately, we made that system a lot easier to use. In fact, I can probably do that while one of these guys reads prizes here in a minute. Oh, the prizes are up. Let me make sure there's no doubled up on that stuff. Doesn't look like it. Who wants it?
Rick can get it.
Alrighty, so the next round of prizes. The Cordovan Maple Inlay Drum goes to Cookie Lady Lancermane. The Bird Cage goes to Lateralis Stinkfist. The Black Dragon's Skin Rug goes to Acondriel. The Ornate Public Cash Chest goes to Charis Night Diamond. And the 5-piece one-man band goes to Kurgan. Congrats, guys.
Sprint can now be used on the overworld.
Ooh, that was quick.
Yeah, that was
Right now or with the next update?
Oh, no, not right now. That'll go with the next update.
Nice.
All right, if you guys got any more questions already? If not, I'll go with some important ones here.
For Algarian's mic, that it might not be the mic that's routed to Skype, or maybe your webcam mic is the one that's being used. Maybe it's not your Yeti.
Oh, it's possible. I got my webcam disabled, with mic on it, but who knows with the Windows update if it reset. I should check, yeah.
Here's one.
So it sound
Sorgan.
like I have an echo, like there's two mics on?
Nope. We just hear
That's
you
fine.
once. Sorgan took call. Questions. Any thought on trilobite jambalaya? Well, I like that. I forget. Did we got the recipes in, right? Or B got the recipes in for the food for the new fish stuff, right?
I'm pretty sure he did, yeah.
I think he got the recipes for the trophies.
But not the
definitely.
foods?
But I don't think the food yet, at least last I
Oh,
saw him in
maybe
message. So there was an example, that trilobite jambalaya recipe. There was an example recipe that somebody submitted in the forums as a feedback item. I don't know if he started, but it'd be a good one to link to him in case he wants to consider it. Could be wrong though. He's pretty quiet in chat, so maybe he snuck him in.
I'm a Cajun fan, so I'm all for the trilobite jambalaya. And I kind of have to
Sure, Star would be too.
sneeze right now, so I may slide off camera here for a second. But before I do that, Z of Silverdale has a good one here, which I need to look at because this sure seems like it would be a fairly easy one. May take a little bit more work, but we've got the fog emitters, but you can't scale them. I guess you can probably scale the actual physical object, but it doesn't scale the VFX with it. But that seems like one that we should be inheriting the scale from the VFX. So that seems like a pretty easy one. But yeah, that would be great if we could have set up those fog emitters so you can scale them down, scale them up, certain amounts. Are you making a note on that, Elgarion?
Yeah, I'll peek at it.
Yeah. It may take it's going to be like a child, the emitter is going to be a child of it, and you scale those differently. You actually have to call into the VFX. So it'll probably take some code, but it's probably only, 10 lines of code or something.
Okay, it'll probably be a training item then, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'll write it down to look into when I'm looking for a project.
Yeah, and I know where the scaling of that stuff is. I added the scale junk to allow for the variable scaling, so I can do it if you catch me when I'm not exhausted or have a child I'm supposed to be teaching.
Okay. I can't remember where I saw the question, but it did pop in. Somebody was asking again about, can all the masks certainly considered leather armor? Can they be considered universal? Is that just a classification that I just
Yes,
changed
that's
to be
classification. I did change. I think I changed a bunch of stuff to universal. Whatever you pinged me on in chat,
Okay.
I already changed those. I don't think I put it in for a patch though. I could get those in for a patch. But yeah, that's a type where you can define it as, cloth, leather, chain, plate, or universal. If you do it as universal, it counts towards any of the set types. So.
And then you would have to remove it from the leather classification also.
So then there's a classification. We're having our team meeting in front of you. Where there's a classification that's a whole nother thing where you have to go and define in the classification type, but that is purely for the enchantment type stuff. We could, if I take a piece of plate armor that's classified as plate and put it in the cloth classification, you'll be able to enchant it as if it were cloth. So they're two different things that are not connected. They probably should be, but we wanted some flexibility on how we can do those things.
Okay.
Yeah. I can help you with that type of stuff.
Cool. Yep. Helping me.
Vic Cannon says, any time frame for dyeable chain and plate armor? And Vic must be coming to us from Europe because he put a U in armor. But that is one that we have talked about. And we've gone back and made a few other things dyeable here and there. But it is one that makes Damon's eyes water. I'm not sure if he's watching or not. Have we told players what he's working on right now? Before I say he's busy because he's working on...
Oh, on Damon?
Yeah.
What he's working on? Because it is exciting. Yeah.
He's working. Let's just say he's working on a new creature, completely new creature type. So he's not going to be working on it right now, but that is one of those things that, for those who don't know how the dyeable stuff works, it's not as easy as let's go check a box, like, changing some of these things we have. It's one where you have to build out totally different textures for things, and then using the different RGB channels and the textures, you have to go and define where it is. So you have like your chainmail, because all the textures usually are combined into a single texture to help reduce draw calls and for performance reasons. So you'll have stuff built into it, like cloth is built into the chain. You can imagine that part, like you've seen how those things look. And we have to go and define which parts can be dyed and which parts receive channel 1 dye and which parts receive channel 2 dye. So it's not as easy as let's go check a box. So it is one of those things we have gone back and added it on a lot of stuff and even put it on some things like couches and things. But it is not a trivial thing. It is, probably 2 to 4 hours or more of work per piece that he does. So when you're talking about a suit of chainmail, to do it for the entire suit of chainmail, that may be a full day or 2 days for an artist to do. But that is one of those things we can look at. I mean, we always talk about turning stuff over to you guys. Maybe that's one we could turn over to players. Everybody else on the team cringes when I say stuff like that, by the way. You guys want to do your cringe face? But yeah, we have given quite a bit of our art out wherever it's art that we made the pieces for it. So maybe that's one we could open up to him. I'm really just saying that to see if Damon jumps in the stream and says, "Shut up, Chris." Sometimes what you have to do to summon the artist.
I don't see him chiming in. Maybe he's not listening to that.
Yeah, he must not. He would be chiming in. Let's see. Corpse explode, being body parts flying all over. Why does it not hurt undead when other abilities do? Yeah, that's one of those things that does death magic damage.
Would it really be death magic? Yeah, 'cause it's
Yeah, is it really? Yeah, because it's kind of physical magic in there. And there's other things like earth. Some of the earth magic stuff actually does physical damage as well. So, I'll have to think on that one.
That is literally my favorite death magic spell. It is very effective.
Yes, that's why I'm sitting here thinking on it as to whether or not we want to make it. It would be one that would make sense. You know, I don't ignore all reality modeling stuff. I try to look at that stuff, but I try to, balance is more important than reality modeling. I'd have to look at it because that is kind of a bit by design that's the one weak spot for death mages is fighting undead.
Ellen Moon brings up a good point. Maybe the undead corpses are too worn out, like they've already been exploded too many times kind of feeling. Like they've already lost too much of their flesh and...
Right, by being undead, they've already been damaged and made less cohesive.
Or maybe they can only pop one time if they're undead instead of 3 times like other corpses.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Can Shaner Niner ask, can you PvP Zeke Latrek? Shaner, you have been super generous with us on the streams. I would love to. I'm going to call in sick on that one today. But I will get in there and PvP some people. You will slaughter me, by the way. I can set all my skills to like 150, and you guys will still slaughter me. Let's see. Dark and Obscure, what cool Halloween things are planned for this year? We actually just started doing some planning for the end of the year because, as Elgarion just happened to mention to me today, we don't even have dates set for November, December of this year. So we have those now. Which is, I think, November 17th will be the November release. No, November 19th will be the November release. And December 17th will be the December release. So,
okay, so those are firm dates I can publish then?
I think those are firm dates you can publish now. I didn't hear any objection from people on the team. It's really just each one of them is just moving up the release a week. That's usually what we do. It all depends on how things fall. Of course, Thanksgiving always falls on the most annoying Thursday of the month, which is our release day, so that one's always a problem. But yeah, we'll shoot for the 17th and then get a long release for January. Let's see. Can we get fog placeable on chimneys? Ooh, this is a good question.
Thought the chimneys they already emit a little bit.
Yeah,
I guess they want a little bit more.
Yeah, I think they want it. I'm assuming they would want it to look like it's clogged or just something went wrong and there's an excessive amount of smoke.
Well, I'm about to learn deco surfaces. Because I'll be knocking out all the fences and walls so they have deco surfaces all over them. But maybe I wrote down chimneys. It'll be a while though.
Yeah, so they'll probably teach you the way that they do it, which is probably the proper way. But you can go through and look through a lot of the houses and you'll see that they were done by me, which is what they call the not proper way, which works just as well, but it's not as clean, which is I would go and just add primitives like, here's a wall, I'm going to add a primitive there, and here's a wall and primitive there. They actually usually use the poly building tool to build out polygons to match stuff, which you can get a little cleaner, but doing it the way I do it is usually quicker. But yeah, like for instance, for the chimney top, you could just throw down a quad up on top of it for collision stuff and mark it. But they'll give you the proper tutorial.
Rick, when you're in there, you should also ask, assuming it's another short tutorial, on how to do the whatever we have for the anti-rain surface thing. So like
just stop the rain.
Rain doesn't come through into your house.
Yeah, that'll be good for bug reports. For sure.
Yeah, that's something I would like to learn. But I know every once in a while that comes up. Sometimes it's with like a custom building in the scene. Like I've been working on Lord British Castle, and during some of my tests, I realized the rain is just like coming through into the middle of the castle. It's ridiculous. I need to learn that thing too.
Well, it's under attack. It's got a leaky roof, right?
Yeah, and that's one of those for optimizations. I think we can still fix it though. Sean Butts asked a question, scrolling back up quite a bit there. Any planned changes to make in-game shopping easier and exposing economy data, average sale price, etc.? This is one of those that we talk about doing a lot, but we actually get a lot of pushback from players on various things. for exposing economy, because some people want to see that stuff. I totally get that. As a buyer, I totally want that. But as a seller, that's one of those things that can be frustrating for everybody. And it also ends up pushing a lot of stuff to, race to the bottom type stuff. If you expose everything, then nobody's going to buy. It all becomes Amazon. Whoever's got the lowest price gets the sale no matter what. Especially as we make traveling more convenient. So that's one that is kind of a tough one. We still keep saying, and that's also on the short list of stuff that'll probably happen sometime before the end of the year, but making local shopping more convenient. So, you can find, within a single town, you can find stuff. You can see a larger list of things.
Oh, gotcha.
The group vendor list. That one would have been done already, but it's one that's not quite as easy as it sounds like it should be, just because of how we have to pull down the data, and people can have lots and lots of items. Let's see.
We have more questions.
Oh yeah, I've got tons more questions here. Let me throw some more up at you. Actually, I should be clicking a button for you. How did I not get the Twitch update thing? I swear I updated that on the Twitch page, and I updated it in Streamlabs OBS. Apparently our stream says the wrong thing. Again.
Well, Finn and Lord British and Rablox are here in spirit.
Yeah, and I see people discussing the price stuff and some of the other stuff. Yeah, this is one of those things where I think everybody has a very strong opinion, and to them the correct answer is obvious. And, half go one way and half go the other way, and both believe they're completely correct. So, welcome to our world of trying to figure out what the best way to do things. Usually, if it's that type thing where it's people are, strongly believe one thing or strongly believe the other, we'll just leave it alone unless there's a good reason. Let's see. Oh, look, Damon is on chat there. Damon, I see you on chat. Does that mean you're actually in there? So I think he may be paying attention. Maybe he wasn't paying attention. Damon, what did you think about the idea of giving the players some of the models so that they can make the channels for dyeing? Isn't that a great idea?
He's not responding yet.
Yeah.
He's probably having a heart attack.
But Damon's answering the question to Shadowvice, who had asked, ghost spawners and conversationalists. So I guess ghost spawners, like we have the lich spawner that's not quite available yet, but soon. And the conversationalist, the inky conversationalist, well, his answer is, we will consider it. Yeah, absolutely. More variety in those.
Wait and see. He still hasn't chimed in there.
I like when Damon comes in, because there usually ends up being a lot of art-related questions.
We should just have an all Damon stream next week. What do you guys think?
If he's up for it.
We can take Friday off and send him in. Maybe if I'm feeling 100%, we can do like a drinking stream. I thought about doing it this week, but I don't want to since we have weirdness going on in the house. Don't want to do that.
Difficult 123 says, "Give me models. I'll make them all white." I'll just blank them out, I guess.
Let's see. Yeah, that looks like they're still throwing out ideas for the money stuff. Oh, let me go click the button. Did I click the money? I don't think I did. Horizoning. All right, it's going there. Do. Will the epic quality artifacts be able to be masterworked? They currently cannot. I will get those in if the lower qualities can be masterworked, then they should be masterworkable. I did see I missed, as we mentioned earlier, there's a lot of places you have to add data. I've gone over the list of all the different things. That is one where I intended to get them in there, but honestly, I think for some of them, I thought about the artifact and didn't think that they should, just because they're already somewhat OP. But if the lower ones are in there, then I'll add them in there. I just need to go and find. There's about 5 or 6 files. I've got some searches set up for them now, so I can actually go and find those pretty quickly and add them in. So yes, sorry if those are still missing there. I did get all of the ones properly set up for enchantment or enchanting, I think. Who has not called out a prize list so far? Let's check the names, make sure there's no double ups. Looks good. Who wants it?
I have not. I'll take it.
All right, go Senya.
Oh, I tried to paste in something so I can make it bigger, but it didn't work. So the Cordovan Maple Inlaid Drum goes to Zach Zaris. The Birdcage goes to Zircon Drakenbane. The Black Dragon Skin Rug goes to Aristodemus. Ornate Public Cash Chest goes to Vivian Locke. And the 5-piece one-man band goes to Druid Gallowin. Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations. We'll do one more here in about another 10 minutes.
Those names weren't bad.
Yep.
I lucked out on that one.
Oh, and also thank you, Vic Cannon. Thank you, Trokip. Thank you, Shadow Vice, in case I haven't thanked you guys here yet. Let's see. Crossfire Bug's Eye. Any thoughts on player-created quests? There's one on the wish list. Yeah, this is, I mean, that's one of those big ones that we've had. Is I don't think it's any secret that we continue to try to push more stuff to you guys. That was on our, I think that was on our third quarter list that we were hoping to be to a point where we could do that, but that is not going to happen for the third quarter. That is one that is on our episode 2 wish list. So we hope to get to a point where we can do more of that. And again, that's kind of a, that's not like a single feature. That's one of those where there's going to be a lot of incremental stuff that will continue to come online. We've added some of it already, but just adding more continuously adding stuff to give you guys more of the tools you need to make your player created quest. Let's see. Yeah, recipe book stuff. I got another one here. Oh, this is good. Can our recipe book highlight what a trade partner already has? I guess for the teachable stuff.
Oh, so you're not dragging in all of them blindly. Same with emotes, too.
Yeah, the emote stuff, I've done that before, where it's just like, take them all.
So what, like your emotes window, if you open a trade window next to it, all of a sudden your emotes window, the ones are highlighted that they don't have, maybe? Something like that.
Yeah, and that's another one, again, that's apologies, you guys rag on me for it, and I deserve some of it, but of course there's good reasons why I don't get to play the game, how players play the game as much as I should, which is just there's a limited amount of time in the day, and, pretty much everybody on the team with a small team is not just a, they're actually an implementer, so we try to spend as much time as we can. We try to listen to you guys as much as we can on what stuff needs to be done. I will say this is one of those things, as you guys talk about interface improvements, like I know you guys look at recipe stuff as being a problematic. That's one that sadly I should get more exposure to, but I don't get that much exposure to because usually a cheating bastard. But the mail system's one of those where I've started to open up the interface a few times, but just like when I'm typing in names to people, like why does it not auto-filter my book? When I'm doing the thing, like you start typing a name, I type the first 2 letters and it makes me type the other 27 letters in the name. It doesn't like just filter to the stuff I've typed on there. But anyways, those are things, the type of stuff that I have. I'm sure you guys, as much as the mail system annoys me, like that's the one, like Denarius Cresborn, I forget, I can't even, but like trying to type some of those names out, you guys are killing me with your long names. And the other one that kills me is there's a lot of people I know by their name, except I also forget that they have a last name that is crazy and long, and I gotta go find it. But anyways, I would love to get some UI improvements. We can start pushing Wizard Smoke on some of those things, because he actually is kind of looking for stuff to do right now.
I would actually love it if you could search through the journal.
Yep. The recipe book, the journal, the vendor items you have. There's a lot of windows we have that don't have search fields.
The journal would be great because it gets pretty big pretty fast, and it'd be nice to be able to search either the tips you've been given or to better understand your state of request. Would be awesome.
I saw somebody asking about the essences and using the essences for stuff. Yeah, that's where actually potions was one of the things that's going to be coming. Potions of slaying for stuff is one of the ones that'll be used. Oh, wait, I'm thinking of the creature essences. I think they were talking about those, not the artifact. They're probably talking about the artifact essences. Those are the ones that really have a big surplus going on right now.
Yeah,
but yeah,
use those for a potion for like aether creatures or something. Use the ancient essence to make those potions or something.
Irish Eyes has a good question here. That may be one that Elgarion can fix up for Irish Eyes. Why are the butterflies not pot placeable?
What? They're
Yeah.
not.
They're just lot placeable.
Yeah, I think they're just probably lot placeable. That's Elgarion's been going in and fighting a war against all the stuff that is silly and is only lot placeable and should be pot.
I guess I would look into the similar things. Like, I guess we, maybe treat the butterflies and the fog before, a whole bunch of like flavor effects all in the same way.
Yeah, I'll just check them all at the same time.
Yeah.
Because we got some bats, I think, too, and the fog. I'll look at all of them. Yeah.
Scooby-Doo has a question here, which I have an answer for. That will be a mention Richard answer. Scooby-Doo asks, gathering wood needs a review. Takes too long to get wood to make some furniture for your house. This is one where I've actually talked to some people about this before, and I agree that it does take a long time to do it. It's difficult to justify turning down the amount of time, though, like if you're talking about it for furniture's sake, because the furniture is infinitely durable. That's kind of, we have 3 categories of stuff in the game. There's consumables, which that's like potions or arrows or whatever, or food. There's durable goods, which are armor and stuff like that last a long time, but not forever. And then there's permanent goods, and that's kind of one of those permanent goods type things. And I mentioned Richard because that's one that Richard, if he were on stream right now, would be chiming in about. He wants that stuff to slowly decay over time. So, placing a wooden chair, the wooden chair over time will break down and lose durability until it finally breaks. And that's one that it would be cool, but I also think it would be annoying, especially for some of our players who keep up a lot of houses. It would be a lot of maintenance for those guys and punishing for those guys to keep that stuff up. And then it also is just a lot of work technically for how we would manage it and, when we apply that stuff. So
I say it has like a place in like stronghold type stuff where you're trying to keep your stronghold powerful and you're replenishing it and repairing it for PvP purposes maybe, but I don't know. Just regular deco, that'd be a pain in the butt.
Let's see. Eileen Dragonfire, are there future plans for sailing in CPVE? There's plans. We've got plans. There's a bunch of different levels of that. I mean, obviously, we all love the idea of sailing. We do have some movable platform technology that can be used for that stuff. One of the challenges we've talked about, and we've talked about this before, is, of course, people want to sail their houses around, which is something we want to enable. One of the things we've looked at that'll probably be something that immediately gets sacrificed and to make that work will be, when you sail a boat, all decos on the boat are gone. The decos only show up when you're in dock. But that one it will probably be episode 2, but that may be one that gets pushed to episode 3. We'll see. But again, as I've talked about on a few streams, when do we cut off episode 2 stuff? That'll probably happen when we've got the main storyline and the zones that we need for episode 2, and then we'll start calling things episode 3. So features will probably slide around in there. That is one of the things we really like. Obviously, pirate themed stuff is a huge, hugely popular thing. So we'd love to get some PvE stuff in there. We have talked about some other stuff though in terms of PvE scenes, pirate scenes where basically the whole scenes take place on boats. But love the idea. It is not on the short list. It is something we want to get in. Whether it makes episode 2 before we kind of cut off episode 2 or not is a question to be answered. I'm going to click the button for the final time because it is late. I normally let our streams go long. But this is my wife's birthday was yesterday, so I was going to do a little bit of a birthday dinner for her. So I am not going to let you guys keep too long. Sorry. Hey, we did pretty good on the questions today. I just want to say, by the way.
Can we get rats and parrots once boats are in? Yes. Do we not have a parrot pet already? Why do I think we do? Maybe we don't.
Ravens, eagle.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's see. Sorgan texts call are Aztec and or Maya cultures being considered for inspirations for decos, scenes, houses, etc. for future areas in later episodes. We've got at least 1 or 2 scenes that try to do some Mayan style stuff, Mayan pyramids. Esteban, I forget the name of the scene, but I know he's got some that we put together. I honestly only remember it because I had to go do the performance work for it because he built some pyramids, and just like the ancient Mayans, he built it 1 stone at a time, which did not do great for performance stuff, and I ended up, that was one of those looking at our heat maps for bad performance areas, like, what is going on here? It's like, oh, someone built a pyramid.
It's in Longfall somewhere, I think.
Yeah.
I think Middle Downs, possibly.
River Forest, maybe. Middle Downs has lumps.
Yeah, it's got the barrows in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, as for the using them in the PvE stuff in a larger way, that's kind of, Richard will still be setting episode, kind of the themes and big stuff for episodes going forward. He has 5 episodes planned out. I don't know if he has that level of stuff planned out for those. It is one that interests me. I've been to like Chichen Itza and all those, Tulum and all that type stuff, and used to be super into that type stuff.
Ben Canoli points out that the big ziggurat is in Blood River Outskirts. I was thinking of a different one. I was thinking more of an interior one that's kind of half buried. But yeah, Blood River Outskirts has the ziggurat.
Let's see. Sorgan Texel call. Can we please get rum in game? We don't have rum in game, so I've got a list of, and this is one Elron had pinged me on recently too. I've got a list of the alcohols in game. Buffs set up for those. I've not done anything with them because as I'm working on the food buff stuff, I'm probably just going to work them into that system as well, since that's going to break it down so you can have more than one, 2 buffs at a time. Yeah, but I'll try to catch up on those, on the missing liquors. How do we not have rum? I guess that probably came up because of piratey stuff. Let's see, it didn't do its thing, did it?
No. Yeah, we need quests that
Seconds
have a bunch
ago.
of upset pirates that they can't find rum.
Tenebrous Harbor.
All right, I'm trying this again.
That's why they're so angry over there.
Yeah.
They're looking for rum. They just can't find it.
Gotta be somewhere.
We're watching movies here with the pandemic, which I haven't emphasized this stream or the last stream, to please be super careful out there. The double experience point stuff is going to be ending soon, not too terribly distant future, but that does not mean you should go out and be crazy and wild and stuff like that. I say as I'm sitting here with the family that is running a low-grade fever. Let's see, did that one work? Oh, Damon
Can
says...
you do the community events while you work on that? You want to do that?
Oh yeah, go ahead and do that. Yeah, I'm going to have to hand edit this stupid thing.
Okay. All right, guys, the community events for this weekend and beyond. Of course, coming up tomorrow, I'll link it out again. I just did, but spam. The WRFB dance party at Autumn Rising Brewery in Crossroads. It's going to be from 12 to 2 p.m. Central. DJ's DJ Darkstar, so be sure to tune in. He's got a great soundtrack that he uses each time, and really mixes it up and makes it great for folks. And it's a great time to launch off like fireworks and trade emotes and recipes and all that kind of stuff, and be social with your fellow community members. I've taken another week off from the fishing tournament. I didn't quite get the new rules written up for the revamp, where you basically aren't gonna have to send me fish anymore, because I'll be checking it and logging. But thankfully, Liwan Zhang jumped in and scheduled a fishing contest last minute. He didn't even have a chance to write up the prizes for it yet, but he did post that in the main forums, and so expect some prize announcements to be coming. But he's already said in the Rajazel all week long, all the way up until Friday noon Central next week, he'll be running a replacement contest to give me some more time. And also, we've got the Avatar Express needs you. That's right, avatars. They're looking for reporters to either help them with developer stream summaries, or Twitter reposting, or in-game event coverage, or events calendar management, or new features, changes, tutorials, articles on those, doing interviews or editorials, or any other in-game stuff you want to cover. But if you're interested, contact that Sean guy. There's some more information also on the Avatar.Express website. But that's Sean Guy, and he'll give you the info you need to become part of that community. And of course, it's a great way to be a community contributor. Also, Asclepius over there at thecaverns.net, with Echoes from the Caverns group there, hard at work, because he's got 2 orations this week. We've got Black Rose Chronicles Part 11, and we have got a not-so-scary short story by V-Striker. And she tends to have some kind of comedic, funny stories, so be sure to tune into both of those and see what's going on. And of course, if you want to see all the podcasts there, which are orations of, not all of them, some of them like music and stuff, but fan fiction from our community, it is a great repository to peruse. And kind of a last minute, I kind of saw this one maybe yesterday. Happy Bridge Troll Day, guys. By the way, that was on September 2nd for Bridge Troll's birthday. And I guess as an extra celebration for his birthday, we also answered his question about practice dummies in chat. But in any case, here is his contest that they were holding in honor of him. Did I post there right? Yep. So happy birthday, Bridge Troll, and I hope you guys have a good time celebrating. That's going to be taking place, I think it's tomorrow. I didn't write down the time. Let's see here. See the rules. Yeah, I'm not really sure exactly the time frame for it, but it's starting now. So, all right, and that's all I got. Have fun, guys.
All right. Well, I'm going to read off these last prizes, and then I'm going to get out of here to go do some happy birthday stuff myself. This one, let's see. Cordovan Maple Inlay Drum goes to Zythar. Birdcage goes to Sean Silverfoot. Love hearing the old names in there. Black Dragon Skin Rug goes to Ravenscar. Ornate Public Cash Chest goes to Elwyn Moon, speaking of old names. And the 5-piece one-man band goes to Blaze Garcin Sink.
Close.
Got it.
Good one.
Guys, I think we got more than half the questions in there. We'll get some more in. Again, I'm going to try to do a stream next week soon when I'm feeling up to it. If you missed it, you should go back and check yesterday. I did a stream. I guested on a stream for Silvertree Consortium. So you can go check that one out yesterday. Got through some questions. He asked a lot of deco stuff. He had a lot of deco questions in there. But let's see. Do we have a person to rate here?
Yeah, we have 4 to choose from.
Small.
They're all repeat names.
Okay, we can just do a roll.
We got the Vic Cannon, Angel U.S. Shack. I'm not sure how to say that. We got Last Diameter and Party One, which is Sheldon Cooper.
Yeah, those are names all I know, and they're probably all affiliates. So we'll just do a random roll, which was a 3. Who is number 3?
Last Diameter.
Last Diameter. Last, one word? Last Diameter is all one word?
Yep, one word.
Oh, sorry, treasure pile. We should have gone for you since you gave us some bits and you're in the stream and active and stuff like that. We'll get you someday soon. You're probably an affiliate, right? Because I can cancel if you're not.
Oh, was Treasure Pile streaming? I didn't see it. I only see 4 people.
Oh, maybe he's not. I thought. Oh, he's not
Treasure
streaming.
Pile's not
Okay,
streaming.
never mind.
Okay.
All right, so here we come into raid last diameter. Guys, again, stay home, be safe if you can. Don't go out unless you really need to, wear a mask, all that type stuff. And again, play the game. We're going to keep the double experience up a little bit longer here. When it goes down, I'm hoping to have the experience all switched over to use a different system. So hopefully your experience it'll go down some, but it's not going to go down, 2x most likely. Trying to balance that and make it so it's a more manageable system using some of the new calculated type stuff. For those who are worried about episode 2 scenes that had the dynamic difficulty and were not getting experience on extreme, I believe that's fixed. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I hadn't heard anybody scream about it. But that should be fixed now. You can go kill stuff over there. Other than that, guys, be safe and play the game, and we will see you next time. Thank you for all your support. Adios.
Thanks. Bye,
See
Roy.
you guys. Take care.
And